peoples of the worldwide federated internet. What's good? So today I want to deal with tech censorship, but I want to deal with tech censorship from a different angle. I'm going to discuss some very sensitive things today, and I would say all of my content is friendly to all viewers, children, adults, what have you. But this is some information that might be upsetting and hard to hear for some children. So I warn you ahead of time, listen to this. If you have kids that listen to the show, you know me, I'm a believer, and I'm not going to cover anything grotesque and anything. I'm not going to show anything offensive or anything like that, but this is definitely a very sensitive area that's, in my opinion, well, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but has the probability of upsetting some people. So I'm going to read some articles for you, and I'm going to show you the hypocrisy in this tech censorship. And it's actually rather blatant. So let me show you. All right, this is an article, excuse me, that I have pulled up from the Daily Mail. And this article is from 2019, October 24th to be exact. So I'm going to read through as much of the article as possible. For those of you who are watching me on video, you see the title of the article. Girl 15 missing for a year is found alive after her mother discovers porn videos of her online as Florida man who got the teenager pregnant is arrested. Christopher Johnson, 30, has been arrested after posting 58 videos online. The unnamed girl went missing last November and was forced to have abortion. Her mother was alerted to the videos of her on a number of porn websites. 15-year-old girl who was missing for a year has been reunited with her mother after she spotted videos of her being sexually abused on Pornhub. There was a time in my life, and I've told this story before, that I struggled with pornography, and I'm ashamed to say that in the past I visited this site. I'm being forthright with you. So I'm not speaking to you from a high horse, and that's why I say this. Christopher Johnson, 30, has been arrested in Florida after he got the teenager pregnant and posted nearly 60 videos of her online since she disappeared last November, police say. Now, something tells me there's probably a little more to the story than just this, but it's not the point. You'll see what I'm getting at. The unnamed girl who claimed Johnson took her to have an abortion is now reunited with her mother after the videos were posted on Periscope, Pornhub, Model Hub, Snapchat, and other websites months after she went missing. Detective Adam Granite from Davie Police Department said the girl is either fully nude or topless in all videos and performs. I'm not even going to mention that. If you're watching my video, I'll let you read the article yourself. There's some things I just don't want to cover in the video. In the videos, the girl was with a bald man police recognized as someone the girl was seen with in February when a convenience store clerk noticed her and called authorities. Store surveillance video showed the girl trying to shield her face so the clerk couldn't see her. The girl and the man got into a Dodge Challenger with another man and drove away. Investigators eventually linked the car to 30-year-old Christopher Johnson and conducted surveillance at the man's apartment in Davie, Florida. On Tuesday, they arrested him and her, and they arrested him after he and the girl got into a black Dodge Challenger. Excuse me, my allergies are going crazy right now. That pollen is out nuts today. The girl told detectives that many of the porn videos had been made at Johnson's apartment, according to a police report. And again, forgive me, some of these details are, like I said, maybe a little upsetting, especially to children and to people who have children, especially daughters. Johnson denied having sex with the girl, but the victim stated she got pregnant from the defendant and he took her to the clinic to have an abortion. Detective Adam Granite wrote in the report, here's a question I have. Did anyone in the abortion clinic ask any questions? I don't know. The girl is, clearly underage. This is clearly not any relative of hers. They didn't think that this was something that needed to be. So there's so many problems with abortion clinics on top of the abortion. Anyway, I digress. No other details about the victim were provided, including why she left home or where she is now. Johnson is charged with lewd and lascivious battery on a child and is being held on a $75,000 bond in Broward County Jail. Now, you see, she was on Pornhub. She was on Snapchat. I'm going to show you something. This site is called sitechecker.pro. Now, on this site, you can check who hosts certain websites. Pornhub is hosted by a company out of Pennington, New Jersey called Quad Speed Internet. And they said the video also showed up on Snapchat. Let's see who Snapchat is hosted by. We're going to check that out. Oh, look at this. Snapchat is hosted by Google LLC. How about that? So I looked up Quad Speed, or I tried to look up Quad Speed. Quad Speed's parent company is Reflected.net. This company hosts Pornhub, YouPorn, RedTube, Tube8. I'm not gonna mention all these sites. You get the point. They host a lot of porn websites. What is this? We're about to see. I'm gonna show you something. Oh, what is that you say? Pornhub has an official Twitter account. Huh, that's interesting. Blue check mark and everything. Yes, it is active. I'm not going to stay on there too long. Oh, what's this? Pornhub has an official YouTube page. Still up and active. And if you see on a YouTube page, there's a link. What is this? Pornhub has an official Instagram page. All still up and all still active. This site literally had child porn on it. There was a article I read, and I almost forgot about this, where Pornhub had to delete. Now let this sink in. 10 million videos. Now I don't know the specific details of all of the videos. Why didn't the technocrat overlords remove Pornhub? Why is Pornhub why do they still have an official Twitter page? Why does Pornhub still have an official YouTube account? They have a Facebook account. They have an Instagram page. Why? This is why I bring that up. I'm not grandstanding, but what I'm saying is we see the hypocrisy. Parler, which is a free speech platform, there for open debate, and they do Parler, contrary to popular belief. I always call it Parler, even though they pronounce the website Parlay, but it's spelled Parler, Parler. It's not up right now. They're looking for a new web hosting service because Amazon's web hosting service removed them, pretty much shut their website down. They're removed from the internet as of right now. But Pornhub and all of these other websites are still online, never been pulled. Snapchat was never pulled. These videos were posted to Snapchat. I'm here to tell you, I've used Snapchat. I have a Snapchat account. I don't use it as much as I used to. It's a very interesting platform. And I am told, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm told there's a lot of nefarious stuff on Snapchat. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to mention the exact story. There's a story connected to a friend of mine whose child was, let's just say, embarrassed on Snapchat in a very lewd way. A lot of nefarious stuff on Snapchat, unsavory stuff. So what is it that we're saying with what we're doing with this tech censorship? Where are we saying that we welcome child trafficking? We welcome abuse of children. No, we're not going to completely remove you. We're just going to ask you to, remove this stuff and remove that stuff, but you'll get to keep your page. But Parlay or Parler, a free speech alternative app to Twitter and Facebook and Instagram that hosts arguably the same exact content that all of these other platforms host. Parlay was pulled off Amazon's web hosting service. Why was not Snapchat removed after that girl's video showed up on their platform? They're hosted by Google. But yet, Google didn't feel the need to completely scrub Snapchat from existence. The reason I bring this up is, what is this tech censorship really about? Is it about protecting the community? Because that's how this is sold. If you don't know about Project Veritas, I admonish you, go look up Project Veritas on YouTube. They do investigative journalism. Jack Dorsey, who is the CEO of Twitter, who in an interview with Joe Rogan just about 2 years ago, pretty much said on Joe Rogan's podcast that he really didn't know what was going on at Twitter as far as the inner workings and who they ban and who they don't. And, he doesn't keep up with that day to day. But in this video from Project Veritas, he seems very involved in who is banned, namely banning the president and people who follow the conspiracy theory QAnon. He is very involved in banning them, and he said there was more to come. So what does that mean? That means that Jack Dorsey not only lied on Joe Rogan's podcast, he also lied to Congress. Not that that even means anything anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. All of these congressional hearings that I see where they bring up the tech CEOs and they have these conversations and they talk about, what they're doing or not doing, censorship. And, there's some congressmen that say some good things that definitely hold them to account, ask some pertinent questions. When we see these hearings, we also see how some of these elected officials do not understand the internet. They've been in Washington so long that they are far removed from the average person. Oh, glad I got my cough button. So I was confused. I'm being sarcastic, clearly. I was confused. I said to myself, wait a minute. I thought Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube cared so much about the community. We care about community and people being hurt, but yet websites that host child pornography, children, some of which who are probably trafficked, some of which who are probably just keeping it real with you, some of which who are probably just rebellious and doing what they do because they want to do it, that does not make it right. And the thing that the thing that is so telling to me is this shows me and shows the people who are out among the spaces of the internets that these tech companies don't really care about community. And it's not about protecting people and protecting the community and election integrity and all of these different things they throw around. They really don't care. My opinion, using this circumstantial evidence, good evidence nonetheless, I don't think they really care about community. I don't really think they care about protecting anyone. I think they care about their ideology and making sure their ideology is enforced and pushed, and every ideology that runs antithetical to them is silenced. How is it that Parler is removed from the internet? How is it that they were able to deperson Alex Jones from the internet? Yet there's child porn, let that sink in, on these prominent websites. We know exactly who's hosting them. Now, I don't know who the parent company to that Reflected network is. I don't know who's invested in them. I tried to do a little looking before this video, and I kind of got a little cumbersome, so I just decided to move forward with what I had. I'm not a journalist. I'm an information junkie though. And I saw fit to look all of this stuff up, and I thought, how interesting that this site that was forced to remove 10 million videos still has an official Twitter page, still has an official Instagram, still has an official YouTube account, and still has an official Facebook page. What was going on during the controversy with all of these videos they had to delete, and the child trafficking and the child porn that was clearly on their websites? They still had their Twitter account. They still had their official YouTube page. They still had their official Facebook. They still had their official Instagram. None of these things were banned, scrubbed from the internet. Nobody attacked the people financing them. Nobody attacked their web hosting company. All of this stuff is information you can find. It's out there. They weren't attacked to be removed. Why is that? And in my opinion, it's clear at this point that tech censorship has very little to do with protection, has very little to do with being some kind of watchdog over society, some benevolent watchdogs that just want to make sure everyone is safe. We just want to make sure you're safe. That's why we ban these people and these platforms that just say the most awful and uncomfortable things. Oh no, the site that hosted child pornography, oh, they're good. They're good. They can keep their pages. We'll let them delete these 10 million videos and they'll be good after that. I listened to I cannot remember who exactly the woman was who worked for Parlay. She did an interview, and in that interview, she went over some of the things that they were told by Amazon web hosting service, by the Apple Store, and by the Google Play Store. And they were told that they needed, to moderate better. They needed a strategy for moderation. And her argument was they believe in customer privacy. So they do moderate, but what she said is, we're not going to use artificial intelligence to moderate because we think that it is an invasion of your privacy to scan everything you do. But they go through their content, and when they find content that violates the law, they delete it. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with deleting content that calls for violence, right? Literally calls for violence. But what you have with these technocrat overlords is you have them deleting ideas that run against their ideas. It's not really about incitement to violence, and it's not really about harm, because that's what they always say. It's about harm to the community. Yet they have official accounts on their sites for Pornhub. Even when Pornhub was going through all of the controversy, I don't know about their official Twitter account and all that other stuff, but I know they've had a YouTube account. I checked the date for a long time. They had that YouTube account when they were going through all of the controversy, and it's still there. It's not banned. There's a rapper. He's a professing Christian. He made a patriotic song. I don't particularly subscribe to his music, and that's not why I'm bringing this up. His name is, I think, Topher Town Music. Him and another guy named the Marine Rapper made this song. It was a patriotic song about the country, about standing for the country, their love for the country, whatever. Not my cup of tea. They're not unskilled. Both skilled dudes, especially Marine Rapper. I've actually followed him on Instagram for a while. A lot of interesting videos. Skilled dude. I'm not sure if he's a professing Christian, but he doesn't really, as far as I know, he doesn't really curse or talk about vulgar things in his music. It's normally thought-provoking stuff. A lot of freestyles. Anyway, where am I going with all this? That song, with no press attention, with no media push, with no label backing, was headed to, I think it was number 2 on iTunes, beating out big named artists, really big named artists. Now these, I don't know about the Marine Rapper. I can't speak for him, but I know the guy Topher Town Music. I guess he's a supporter of President Trump. He was at the rally, not at that whole Capitol ordeal. He was at the speech that the president gave. As far as I understand, I think maybe he might have performed at a rally. I'm not sure the exact details. Anyway, I listened to the song. It's a patriotic song. Love your country. Defend your country. We love America. Pretty much the gist of the song. Nothing in the song called for violence. Nothing in the song that I perceive as violence. There's one part in the song where I can kind of see how maybe they could misconstrue something. They talked about defending the city gates or something like that. I can't remember the exact words, but it was nothing crazy, right? No overt calls to violence. That song was removed from Spotify. It was removed from Google Play, and it was removed from iTunes. They were slated to be number 1 on the Billboard. They removed it. Here's the funny thing. I grew up on hip hop. I listen to hip hop. You can go on iTunes right now and you can find music about kill this in, take your girl, rape your wife, run up in the spot, gun you down. You can find that all day long. Gang members going back and forth about how they're going to kill this one and this one is going to kill that one. Some of this, a lot of it actually leads to real violence in the world. None of those songs are banned. Not one of them. Songs encouraging illegal drug use, not banned. What am I getting at? The point I'm getting at is tech censorship has absolutely nothing to do with protecting, air quotes, community. It's ideas that these technocrat overlords don't like, that they want to disappear. Now, how long before they come for the truth? The Lord Jesus Christ said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. How long before they say, you know what? Another group we don't like is these Christians. Yeah, we need to get them off the internet too. They shouldn't have a voice. I'm just saying, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Think about it. Y'all know what it is. Stay frosty, people.